Of 3 quarters and then a collapse in that fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox, 17 points. What led to that?
I mean, he was in the paint all the time. He was by us defensively, and we didn't give good help. I mean, we just couldn't stop him at all in the fourth quarter. We didn't stop him really the whole night, but the fourth quarter we couldn't stop him at all.
You talked about wanting to see more effort, energy, want to, at least out of Hernangomez and Hart. How do you evaluate their level of effort tonight?
Well, no, I thought our entire team for a good part of the game played really hard. I think, they hit the stretch where they hit 3 or 4 like tough shots, tough threes against really good defense, and that sort of got them back in the game when we were ahead. And then from there, Fox took over, but we had some really good defensive possessions in the third quarter, and then they made some tough, well-defended shots. And then, look, I mean, we were at the rim all night long. We missed 33 shots in the paint. So, we got 25 more shots in the paint than they did to score 6 more points in the paint. So, that was a huge part of it too. I mean, we just couldn't make anything on the drive. They did a pretty good job, getting up vertical, but it's not like they've got great size in there. We just didn't convert very well. And then obviously, like a lot of nights with us, we didn't shoot the ball well on the perimeter either.
Coach, you led to my points in the paint attempts question, but I'll switch it over to Willie Hernangomez. Just how important was he tonight, not only with the double-double, but what he was doing on the defensive end as far as making calls? Yeah,
listen, I mean, I have great respect for guys like that, who really hasn't gotten a chance to play all year, keeps himself ready to go, and in game 19, he goes out and gives that kind of effort. Yeah, you can have nothing but respect for that. And his talk was good for us. But I've known that because those guys will play sometimes after practice. And even if I'm in my office, I can hear him talking. So, yeah, I was happy for Billy tonight to get a chance and happy that he made the best of it.
You talked about that third quarter, which your team's up by 10, but we were talking during the broadcast that those threes that Harrison Barnes was able to make, that literally kept Sacramento in the game, and then Fox took over the floor.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought our defense was as good as it's been in a long time in that quarter. And then, you're getting them late in the shot clock, step back contested threes, and he's knocking them down. I mean, so I can't fault our defense for that. That's a good player making tough shots. That gets them back in the game, and then we couldn't convert offensively, and that was the ball game.
What's up, Coach? This is Will from The Athletic. Another one where you guys struggled to get good looks down the stretch of a close one. What did you see from your offense during the final 4 or 5 minutes?
Well, I didn't think that we passed the ball, quite honestly. I mean, I thought it was a lot of one-on-one and a lot of taking tough shots, and I think we'd gotten out of that habit. We had been doing a good job making plays for teammates, but I thought down the stretch, we forced a lot of shots. I didn't think that we moved the ball. I didn't think that we executed. I think we had a lot of guys who wanted to get it done, but we went about it the wrong way.
Hey, Stan, it's Scott from NOLA.com. Are you worried at all about Brandon right now? And it doesn't seem like he's the same as effective as he was the first couple weeks of the season. And our defense is switching something on him, or is he just pressing? How would you kind of describe it right now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've played 19 games. He's had 2 tough ones. So I wouldn't say that it's a long trend to me. But then again, I mean, maybe I'm looking at it different than you are, Scott. I'm not really sure. I actually think he's been playing great offense the last couple of games. I mean, it's been a lot of passes and setting people up. He's played within himself. I've actually been really happy with him. He didn't have a good one tonight, but he's going to get a lot of attention, and so he's going to have to make plays to other people. They're not really worried. I mean, people are going to guard 2 guys on our team. That's what they're going to guard, and so those guys have to be willing to make plays to set other people up.
Hey Stan, Christian Clark here with NOLA.com. Fouling has been something that Jackson has dealt with since he came into the league. What is just your message to him or instruction about defending without fouling?
Well, I thought his fouls tonight, I'll have to go back and watch the film, but he's a little bit late on things, and I also think, his lack of strength still as a young guy gets him into some situations where he fouls. He's got a ways to go, but he's working hard, and he'll eventually get there.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again. You guys gave Kyra an extended run tonight. You mentioned that was on your mind after the last game. Just what you kind of see from him in the minutes he got.
I mean, look, I thought he and Nikhil, were both good on the defensive end of the floor, gave us good energy in the whole thing. They just, they struggled to get the ball in the basket. I mean, they were 3 for 14 between them. So, but their energy was good. I thought they played the game hard. I like what they did defensively. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not at all disappointed in what they did, either one of them.
Stan, sorry, I was going to ask about Kyra as well. Just curious if any update on JJ. I know you had mentioned the rotation. You weren't expecting him not to play. I didn't know if anything had changed there with Kyra moving into this.
Yeah, we just wanted to give Kyra minutes. We want to play those guys some, so that's the decision that we made for tonight, for right or wrong.
Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Can you talk a little bit about Willie Hernangomez's game? Because he has barely played, and he seemed to perform pretty well. And do you think he's moved up in the rotation, or what are your expectations going forward with him?
That's a great question, Ollie. It really is, and it's something that we'll have to talk about. We know that Willie's a good player. We knew when we signed him. I was excited about the signing. He's a good basketball player with some experience. And then so your decision becomes basically, are you going to play him and take the minutes from a young guy like Jackson Hayes? I mean, that's what it comes down to, and that's really as simple as a decision gets. It's either he or Jackson. It's not going to be both of them. So, not when Steven's back healthy. I mean, it won't be both of them. So that would have to be the decision.
Hey, Coach, this is Fletcher from NBC New Orleans. Following up on that, you just referenced for better or worse, and then obviously a young player versus a guy with more experience. Is there a point when you maybe stop trying to thread the needle, I guess so to say, and you do play some of the young players more, or is it going to be maybe kind of determining, do you get the young guys minutes, or do you continue to play with the guys you have at some point?
I mean, Fletcher, look, we don't have, it seems to me sometimes that we don't have anything but young players. So tonight, we played one guy, well, I guess two with Billy, like over 25 years old. So that's all we've got. I don't know how many more minutes we could give young guys. We started tonight 20 years old, 23, 23. Came off the bench with a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old and a 25-year-old. And I don't know how to get younger. I certainly hope I don't find out how to get younger. So it's not really that. Look, I want to win. I want to win. So, that's what we're trying to do. Now, are we also at the same time trying to develop young guys? Of course we are. And so there is some decisions there. But no matter who we put out there, we're trying to win. And right now it's not working. And it's frustrating to everybody, frustrating to fans, frustrating to our players, frustrating to everybody in our organization, and probably most frustrating to me because it's my responsibility ultimately, and I'm not figuring out a way to get it done. But we're going to keep working at it and trying to get better. And, as we go forward here, the second half of the first half of the season.
We're all set. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Christian, you can go ahead.
Josh, you guys had I think a 10-point lead there late in the third quarter. Just what was kind of your read on the offense in the fourth quarter and what wasn't working?
I think, we didn't get stops. I think, we didn't get stops. We had to play against a set defense. We got a little stagnant. So we just got to focus on, getting stops when we built that 10-point lead. We were getting stops, playing in transition, getting quick buckets, doing those kind of things. So that's something that, we can't get away from. We got to realize, we're at our best when we're getting stops and we're going out, we're playing in transition, we're, using our athleticism to our benefit. So that's something that we got to do. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to effort and it comes down to a will and a want.
What's up, Josh? This is Will from the Athletic. Stan mentioned that he liked the activities for you guys on defense, but it was just a hard time corralling De'Aaron Fox. Just what do you think they were doing to kind of keep him in the open court and kind of prevent you guys from keeping him out of the paint?
Obviously he's a heck of a player. He's a tough guy. He's a max guy. So they did a good job of getting him the ball and getting him in a position where he would be successful in. But we got to take the challenge to make him uncomfortable and make guards of that caliber uncomfortable. So they're not as effective as they normally are. So we got to take that challenge, and that's not whoever's guarding that one player. That's the full team. We got to have trust in each other. We got to make sure that guy gets blown by or whoever's guarding him, someone's there to step up and contest a shot.
Hey Josh, last season, you guys lost. You had the long losing streak, and then you were able to put together some really good basketball for 2.5 months. Is there any lessons you guys learned in pulling out of that losing streak that you can apply to what you're going through right now? Just how do you pick yourself up in a stretch like this?
Obviously it's tough, but we just got to realize, we're 7-12, I think it is. We played 19 games. We got another 50 to go. So, it's still early in the season. We got to just recommit ourselves to the defensive end. Focus on getting stopped. Focus on being in the right position, making the calls, communicating. Having our teammates back. Once we really focus in on those things and having a good attention to detail on that end, this losing will cease. But at the end of the day, that comes down to our effort. It comes down to our communication on the defensive end, and that's what we have to be. That's what we got to pride ourselves on.
Hey Josh, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Obviously, with Steven Adams out there, there's a lot of big shoes to fill there. What do you think of the performances of both, Jackson and Willie in tonight's game?
I think they did a great job. Obviously, Willie coming in off the bench, someone who has had limited time, this year, and obviously they weren't in the bubble, so he hasn't really been playing actual game basketball for a year or so. So for him to go out there gives us tremendous confidence. Jackson's someone who's been solid for us all year. So we have confidence in him, but that just adds to the confidence level of those guys, adds to the confidence level that we have in them, and it's great to see. So obviously we want to be full strength. We don't want to be down anybody, but that gives us confidence knowing that if Steven can't go, against I think it's Phoenix on Wednesday, we're in good hands on the big man side.
Yeah, one thing Coach mentioned was that he liked what he saw from Nikhil and Kyra when they were out there together. What did you just see from those two young guys and the minutes they played?
Just good. Obviously they were fast-paced. I think both of those guys were in end of the third where we made a run, getting stops. Kyra was getting out on the break. Obviously he's fast, he's athletic, he was able to get out there, use his vision. So, we all. Guys stepped up. Obviously, Nikhil, Kyra, Jackson, Willie, those guys stepped up, and it was good to see those guys get experience and minutes. But at the end of the day, we got to go out there, we got to win. I mean, that's what it is. So obviously, it's good for those guys to get experience and all that, but you know, we got to win.
All set. Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
Willie will be up next, you guys. Everybody get your hands raised. That'd be great.
Hola.
All right, Christian, you can start us off.
Hey, what's up, man? You know, when you haven't been in there a whole lot the first 18 games or so, what's just kind of your mindset of knowing, like, okay, I'm getting some rotation run here?
You know, this is the game of basketball that we're playing right now, and I'm just trying to do my job, be ready, work hard every day. I know at some point this league is about opportunities, and try to be ready when the opportunity comes. And you know, today, obviously with Steven out, I would just try to be ready, try to get my 100% out there, help my teammates, help my team to play hard, and you know, it feels good, but it would feel even better if we get the dub today.
What's up, Willie? This is Will from The Athletic. One thing Coach mentioned was the way you use your voice out there and how vocal you are on defense. How important is that as a part of your game, just being vocal on that back line on defense?
I mean, I think it's really important, not only for me, I think for everybody, to keep communicating a lot on defense. That make the team to be connected, all 5 guys out there to be connected on the same page. And I think for us, it's a really good job, and we got to keep doing that because it makes our job easy, the trust in each other, they know that you have somebody who's going to have your back there. And I'm just trying to be loud, clear, make my calls early, so I make my teammates their job easy, and they're going to do my job easy as well.
Hey, Willie, it seems like there is just like a general frustration that you guys came out of training camp defending really well, and it's slipped a little bit as the season has gone on, even not necessarily just tonight, but what is your kind of read on why the defense isn't at maybe the level it was the first 5, 6, 7 games?
I mean, I think we show really good flashes of us playing good defense. We just have to be consistent during 48 minutes. We cannot be consistent for 7 minutes and then disconnected for another quarter. The NBA is in one game, every team can beat every team. So I think we gotta be really consistent and play hard defense. Like I said before, keep communicating during 48 minutes, and that was gonna help us a lot to keep being connected and help each other. And I'm still believing it's early in the season, and we have a pretty good team, and we can be a really good team defensively.
We're all set. Thank you, Willie.
Thank you. Damn.
Quick things. Yeah. I love you.
the third quarter. Just what was your read on the quality of shots you guys got in the fourth quarter? What did you think about the offense here in the final 12 minutes?
I don't know. I got to go back and watch film. I could speak for self. I know I had some turnovers. Could have attacked the basket a little bit better. Missed some shots that I normally make. But our point guards were in sync today. They got our offense going today. We just didn't make as many shots as Sacramento did tonight.
What's up, B. Addis as well from the Athletic. I know we talked to you earlier this year about really wanting to take on that role of being the closer late in games. Just a quarter of the way through the season, just how do you think you've handled that so far and just being that guy for this group?
Well, it's just different nights where I can pass the basketball, different nights where I'm shooting, I got it going. Tonight just happened to be a night where I didn't have it going and I missed a couple shots that I normally make. My lift wasn't the same and some of the shots and I was short or I was either long. I mean, I feel good in those positions. I feel good to go to the basket or shoot the basketball or make a play.
Hey, Brandon Scott with NOLA.com. I know it's hard when you're losing in general. How would you assess kind of where you're at right now? How do you kind of feel you're playing personally at this stage? Do you feel like you're playing as well as you did early in the season, or do you think anything's changed?
Well, I think I always look for progression. I think it is February 1st, so I get to go back and look at everything I did in January, everything that I did well, and everything that I can get better at. I think I have made progressions in each game, but I also have to be more consistent in the stuff that I'm doing, and coming in every single game and being the guy and being there for my teammates. I don't think I've done that every single game, but I'm continuing to get better.
Hey Brandon, when you look at these first 19 games as a whole, what is the overall defensive attention level to you and stopping you compared to last season? Does it feel like the defense is tilted or focused more on you this season compared to last season, or is it comparable?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure when I come into games, it's a game plan of trying to limit my touches on the basketball. Maybe a double team is coming. Maybe they're guarding the pick and roll a little differently. So I just got to be ready for anything that comes my way, and to try to adjust to it during the game.
Yeah, Stan mentioned that he liked what he saw from Kyra and Nikhil and those men still out there together. Just what you see from those two young guys getting an opportunity to play together a little bit more in that backcourt?
They've been really good. They've been good in practice. They've been good coming over to games when they get the opportunity, and they're just very aggressive. I think they were really, really good on the on the defensive end tonight, and getting into guys and getting steals and leading the break and transition. We had a really, really good run in the third quarter, and Cowards kept attacking the paint and keeping the pressure on the defense. So they're really good young players, and they're going to be big for our team.
Hey, and just one more for me real quick. I mean, what did you feel like was working when you guys were rolling there in the third quarter? Why do you guys roll?
We're just getting stops and getting in transition. Our guards leaded that, like you said, Kyra and Nikhil. Josh Hart was really, really good for us tonight. He did everything that he needed to do to try to win this basketball game. He was very effective tonight on the offense and defensive end. But those guys started what we did well in that third quarter was just getting stops and running out in transition and trying to finish plays.
We're all set. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.